Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the forecast for the new moon that's occurring on May 26th or 27th, depending on where you live in the world. We're going to take a look at each life path number and see how these energies could present for you. The energy will probably be most potent around the actual new moon, but you might feel the energy for 2 to 3 days before, 2 to 3 days after. And then a storyline may evolve from that experience. Okay, before we get into the forecast, this is a general forecast. If you would like a personal numerology reading where we look at your own personal numerology and forecasts, please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below, and I would love to work with you. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Life Path 11-2, you all are going to be working with some pretty intense, big energy for this new moon. You're going to be working with vibrations of the 15-6 and the 16-7. And so there's some kind of greater evolution, some kind of greater awakening that wants to occur around your greater personal self-discovery. And there's something that you may be doing, or some kind of belief system or value system, behaviors, that sort of thing that you might be doing that's creating your own sort of self-imposed prison. And it's keeping you from doing that greater self-discovery, greater sort of getting to that greater self-realization about what you want, how you want to move towards that, or what you need to do to move towards that. But really just kind of asking yourself the bigger questions about, again, your current circumstances, the present situation, what you want that to look like, what you want your experience to be. And it's through those bigger questions and getting to the truth of the situation, which really the truth of you, that will help you to break free from any of those barriers that you may have created for yourself. And of course, I'm not saying, if life is frustrating or things aren't working out, it's all your fault, right? Like life definitely throws us curveballs that we have to figure out how to move through. And we definitely have a choice in how we choose to move through those. But, I'm talking more about the lack of confidence or the self-defeating thoughts or the self-defeating behaviors that we tend to cling to because they feel safe, but really they're keeping us stuck in this habitual cycle of wanting to do something different, wanting to do something new, wanting to explore further, but not giving ourselves the permission to do so. And so we stay stuck in this sort of self-imposed prison of our thoughts, of our fears, etc. And so this new moon for you all, it being a new moon, creates a new beginning, new initiation, new start, new opportunities. So I do think for you all, this is a chance for you all to have those greater epiphanies and have those greater awakenings when it comes to you. And again, getting to the truth of who you are, what you want, the direction you want to be moving in this moment, which will continue to evolve, right, as you do. But one thing that sometimes 11-2 struggle with is finding their direction, like finding their niche and then figuring out the direction to move in to embrace that niche, right? Or to explore it and then share it in some way. And, a lot of times we're only going to figure that out through the exploration, through trying new things, through putting ourselves out there. And that can be scary sometimes, right? And so this is just a period where you're going to likely have the opportunity to recognize where some of those self-defeating thoughts are, where some of those self-defeating behaviors are that are keeping you stuck. And then it's up to you what you choose to do with that. But, if you're lacking in confidence in something, the best way to gain confidence is by doing the thing. And, even if it doesn't work out, you will show yourself that you can still manage it. You can still move through it. You can still overcome it. And if it does work out, then confidence gained, right? You're proving to yourself that you can do something that you told yourself you couldn't. And it's not about proving it to literally anybody else. It's about proving it to yourself. So if there's something that you want, what steps and what decisions do you need to make in order to move towards that, whatever that may be? This is the time to figure that out and then start to take the action. But all of this is said with the reminder to do so with grace. right? Give yourself permission to start and then take the time to breathe if you need that, right? To not go directly into hustle mode and trying to figure it out and trying to force yourself to make it happen. It's just about giving yourself permission to take the first step in whatever direction you want to take the first step in. That's it. Take the first step, and then the next step will come more naturally, and then the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step. So this is definitely an opportunity to have some greater self-realizations, some greater self-discovery, to break through some barriers that you likely have put before yourself, and to do that in love, right? To do that with grace and compassion for yourself as you move through this. And this is the time to ask yourself the bigger questions. Get a journal and ask yourself the bigger questions, and then journal about it to see what the answers are. What comes in naturally for you? Pay attention to your dreams. Your dreams could be very vivid at this time, and they could definitely hold messages for what those next steps are. But this is the time to ask those big questions of yourself, to yourself, and be open to the answers that come through for you. And then when the answers come through, be open to exploring further and trying something new, something that you haven't tried before, and putting yourself out there, right? There's a lot of one energy here in the 15 and the 16. So this is about you. This is about greater self-discovery, you asserting yourself, you standing up for what you want, going after it, having the ambition and the confidence and the courage and the faith in yourself to do it, whatever it may be. And remember, it's just about taking the very first step. That's all that's required. You have to take the first step, and the rest will come naturally. So big energy here. A lot of the focus under this new moon is on you and, that greater self-discovery that you will likely find through this process. So I hope it's a great one. Take care, 11s. Bye for now.